avid readers. Today we're going to talk about stalking because that's a thing that I have not dealt with, but it has come up in the book blogging community, and I feel like we need to bring it here for reasons. So you know things. So this weekend, I believe it was on Friday that the article was posted, and then it really blew up on Twitter on Saturday, and it is this article by Kathleen Hale. She's the author of No One Else Can Have You. It came out in January by Harper Teen, and the reviews are kind of all over the board, but she found an article by a particular blogger named Blythe Harris. Whether or not that's a pseudonym, that's fine, whatever. The author decided to take it upon herself. Basically, she did a background check. She found out where Blythe lives, checked with her publisher to see, oh yes, we've been sending her books throughout the past year, things like that, and the author takes it upon herself to not only go by her house, but also peek into her car. She stalks her online, offline. I think she goes to her house twice? No, she goes to her house once, at least, calls her on the phone and acts like she's a fact checker, I believe. She's got like an editor or somebody who's saying, please don't do this, do not engage, please do not do this. And then she has a friend who is just like egging her on and is like, go see what this is all about. And she's also talking to Neil Schulman, the guy who hosts Catfish, the movie and the TV show, and apparently has it in her mind that this blogger has catfished her, which, if you look up the definition of catfish, let's look that up now. On the illustrious Urban Dictionary, it says, a catfish is someone who pretends to be someone they're not, using Facebook or other social media to create false identities, particularly to pursue deceptive online romances. And the fact of the matter is, a pseudonym online to protect your own identity from instances like these is not catfishing. Do you think we've been catfished by Lemony Snicket all these years? I'm sorry, I should remain serious, but seriously, think about it. Use the word catfish correctly if you're going to say, I'm an author and I've been catfished by a blogger. You didn't get catfished. You got a negative review that pointed out things that were problematic in your book, and you decided to stalk this person because of it. Sorry, I'm not sorry. That is not the way you do things. I know plenty of authors who I've reviewed negatively and they've said thank you for your review. I'm not going out and saying, at so-and-so, look at this negative review I've given you. And from what I've gathered, Blythe didn't do that. She just posted things on Goodreads saying, hey, I didn't like this. This was not my jam. And whether or not you see that as bullying, does that warrant stalking? Answer, no. It hurts my heart, it hurts my brain, it's made my stomach hurt so much because some of my friends are taking breaks from blogging right now because of this. You want to be able to have that freedom to post whatever you want, you know, within a certain limit, you know. I know people who are they're not trying to be mean, they're not trying to tear down some author's career. Just because somebody posts a negative review, that does not mean that they are stopping somebody from reading a book. I've never seen a blogger jump in front of a bookshelf and say, you can't read that book, it's not for you, I hated it, you can't read it anymore. Somebody's gonna read that and say, hey, I actually think that would be cool to read about, or I think that would be interesting to kind of critically read that for purposes. People read different books for different reasons, and to say, oh, that person just totally ruined that person's career by negatively reviewing a book, no. On Twitter the other day, Justine Larbalestier, I believe that's her name, I think she said that her least critically acclaimed novel is one of her most popular as far as sales go, and so that's a funny thing to kind of think about, or ironic, and yeah. So yeah, to kind of boil that down, keep yourself safe, but also, and I'm going to post some stuff below as far as online safety, especially for the youngins who want to get into book blogging and booktubing and things like that. I just want to tell you to be safe, but also the fact that not every author is going to be like this, and not every blogger is the same and all that kind of stuff, but you know, just be safe and but also be honest. You know, it's the best policy is to be honest about your reviews and be honest about what you think about books, because that's the part about, I know we're not seen as journalists by any stretch of the mean, but I feel like, you know, that journalistic integrity, you know, you should be truthful about what you think about things, and if you don't like a book, you know, you're not going to go shout it from the hilltops, I'm sure not, but, you know, at least, you know, say, hey, in my review, I, you know, didn't like this book for XYZ, and like I said, somebody might see that review and say, hey, maybe I want to read that, or maybe I want to read it for whatever reason. I think I've worn out everything that I've wanted to say in this video, so if you have any questions, comments, anything about this topic, leave them below, and like I said, all the articles that I mentioned are in the description, as well as some safety tips and safety, all that kind of stuff. I know that this is not by any means victim blaming, because I don't think that a negative review connotates or, you know, means that you should be stalked by any stretch of the mean. Any sort of anything that you do online, whether it's positive or negative, does not mean that you warrant being stalked. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day, and keep reading, and keep reviewing. Keep telling people your honest opinions about things, whether, you know, you like it or not. Like, that's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of book blogging. And, you know, this community, both booktubing, book blogging, all of the online book community stuff, we're all about loving literature and loving books and loving these things that we find to be super entertaining, so don't stop doing that.